So we are, deep down, peace, love and joy. I mean, they are aspects of our existence. They are aspects of consciousness. But they are somehow clouded. Clouded by resistance to what is. Clouded by something is missing. Clouded by I feel separate from what is. So peace is clouded by resistance to what is. Joy is clouded by the feeling that something is missing right now. And love is clouded by I feel separate from what is. So what are those resistances? What is missing right now at this very moment? And I know that you might feel separate from what is. But this sense of separation is indeed an illusion that you carry. So what are those resistances that keeps you from experiencing peace right now? So these resistances are from the mind, from the sense of identity. The ego resists, but you do not. Consciousness is always wide open. If you have the thought within you that something is missing right now, it's only a thought. It's only a thought. And this thought obscures the joy within you, the joy of being. It's simply because you believe this thought. Because that which sees the thought is free of thought. I repeat, that which sees the thought is free of thought. So it's because you direct your attention towards this thought and you somehow believe in it, that this joy is clouded. It's because you identify yourself with the thought that peace, love and joy is clouded. So the identification with thoughts obscures your true nature. It obscures the impersonal existence that we are. And it creates suffering. Because thoughts are, for most people, restless. They always come, constantly. And you grab them as reality. But thought is illusion. It's part of the illusion. So you create a story and you truly believe in it. There is a narrative, an inner voice within you with an image. So it's part of the illusion. But you have a power within you. You have a power of observing. I always share this. So by observing thoughts, by watching the mind, with detachment, you create a space between thought and yourself. And when you stop believing in your thoughts, when you detach yourself from thoughts, thoughts become powerless. They don't have any power on you anymore. So there is no more suffering. There is no more psychological suffering. and you become free. Because most of the suffering in this world is because of thoughts and this sense of separation, this sense of identity that we carry, which are part of the illusion itself. So again, that which sees the thought is free of thought. So find the silence within you, which you cannot find it, but you can experience the silence. The silence is always here. And this silence will take care of your past, will take care of the trauma. And of course, will take care of this sense of identity. By taking care, I mean it will somehow make you realize that this sense of identity was only an illusion. It's a bunch of beliefs about yourself from the past. So silence is always here, often obscured by the mind. So when you stop believing about what the mind tells you, when you start watching the mind with detachment, so the thought becomes powerless. It's like the suffering, the psychological suffering suddenly fades away. So it's very crucial to find that silence within you. It's not something that you are going to find because the silence is always here. It's ever present. So you need to slow down the mind. So when you stop believing in the mind, there is a space within you that reveals itself, that we call peace. Peace is this sense of vastness, this sense of expansiveness within you, where there is no object. When I say object, is thoughts, it could be emotions, it could be sensation, feelings. So all of these are object, and you are the subject. So the subject, the main object, is not affected by those objects. So you can see them with detachment. So simply slow down the mind. Stop directing the attention towards objects. And simply relax this attention. I love doing this kind of practice. You can do it right now if you want. So simply feel the sensation of your right hand, for instance. So you can feel some tingling. So you feel some warmth, some cold, vibrations, energy. So simply move the attention to your right foot. So feel the sensation of your right foot. So you can feel some cold, some warmth, tinglings again. So now return to the right hand. So feel the sensation of your right hand. So that is the attention. The attention so moves from your right hand to your right foot. So this is the attention. So this attention is like, it's always focused on the mind. That's why your true nature is clouded, because the attention, I mean the attention that focuses on the mind clouds your true nature, obscures your true nature. So what we want to do here is the invitation here is to stop directing this attention towards something. So when you stop directing your attention towards something, it returns to consciousness itself. So this is what we call peace. When you relax this attention, and simply it's kind of a paradox because you can direct your attention towards breathing. So it seems that we direct the attention towards breathing, but it's kind of a bridge to relax the attention. So it's kind of paradox, I know. So just listen to your breath. So you feel that something is kind of opening up. That's the attention that stops focusing on anything. And at some point, you don't need to listen to your breath anymore. The attention is simply relaxed. So that's a practice that I love. Showing to seekers. So where was I? What was the topic of this? So when the attention is relaxed, when the attention is no more focused on the past, on the mind, at this moment we can somehow investigate. What is this I? So what is this I? I think, I am here, I am watching. What is this I that is here right now? Let's investigate. So what are you right now? Without any answer from the mind. There is something ever present here. There is something aware. There is something conscious right now. So this is you. You are the present moment. You are this. And this is the only thing that truly exists. So awakening is very simple. It's simply to recognize that you are this timelessness moment. This. And this is always perfect. This is free of thoughts. When you realize that this I was an illusion, this I doesn't belong to thoughts. So thoughts simply appear within this present moment. And they somehow make you believe that past and future exist. So this is an illusion. So thoughts somehow make you travel. So you are right here right now, but you can think about the Brazil, another country, or a moment in your past. Or you are going to project yourself into the future. So this is illusion. The only moment that truly exists is right now. And this moment is you. Without the I. Even I am consciousness is completely false. So we try to add words to point towards the unaimable, the unspeakable. There is only this moment, and this moment is you. And in the direct experience, right now you see something, you see a form. But right now, I don't see any form. If I remain now, I don't know what I am. I truly don't know what form I am. There is simply this, a kind of visual field And when I point towards myself, it's like in the direct experience, I point towards the infinite. I don't know what there is here in the direct experience. Because if I believe that I am Tony, I am my form, I know my form, because when I look at myself in the mirror, I know what the form I am, but it's from the mind, this. So when I am somehow mindless, in the direct experience there is nothing. So we could say that we are nothing. And that's true. Or we are everything, that's true also. So if I point towards you right now, without the mind, I point toward the infinite. If you don't feel that, it's because your attention directs to the mind and say, no, I am not this. And you are telling yourself a story again, and you return to the illusion again. So the invitation is to point toward this infinite that you truly are. And again, you have to be dedicated into this path towards God, towards your true essence, towards this impersonal existence that we are. And this is the true freedom, the freedom from this sense of identity, from the trauma that belongs to the past. And I know that trauma can be very, very tricky. I know that is very challenging to get rid of trauma, because we have some negative thought that can arise us with strong emotion, with strong sensation, strong feeling. You can feel insecure, you can feel sad, you can feel with this sense of anger, you can feel, some strong emotions. But find the silence, because even during those kind of emotions, even the strongest one, the silence is here, waiting for you. So find the silence. And I know at the beginning, initially, it's like this, there is the trauma, and I truly believe in it, so detach yourself from this. So it's like, disidentify yourself from this trauma, from these thoughts. Because trauma is what? It's thoughts, negative thoughts with strong emotions, very, very intense emotion, very brutal. So first, disidentify, don't add anything on top of it. And you have this power. You have this power to stop adding any narrative on top of this trauma. So when you stop adding anything on top of this, you will start the process of disidentification. And gradually, you will see the trauma, all this kind of bunch of thoughts, emotions, it will somehow fade away. And the silence will take care of it. And there is something that I never speak about. It's, you can pray. If you have a devotion towards any master, it could be Jesus, it could be Buddha, the nature of Buddha, it could be Krishna. For me, it's Jesus. You can pray to Jesus to help you, but it's not Jesus that is separate from you. You can pray from the silence towards the silence, but there is no separation. So just simply feel the silence, feel the presence. And if you have a devotion with Jesus, you can say, "Oh, name of Jesus," from the name of Jesus, and you can ask anything. But Jesus is not higher than you. Jesus is within you. So, in truth, you are speaking to yourself. And prayer works very well, and it has worked for me a lot. It's very powerful to pray, even if in truth you are speaking to yourself. So I'm wishing you a beautiful day and much love.